Hi, welcome back to my channel, and I am going to be doing a review on the City Color Creamy Lip Stains. If you like to hear my experience using these four that I purchased from City Color, please keep on watching. So I purchased these four colors from Wonderful World in Trinidad. It's my local beauty supply store. They started carrying a couple months back City Color products, which I did go crazy about. Bought a lot of eyeshadow palettes per se, and I think blushes, and been killing it using it. And then they had another, like City Color did come up with new lines of stuff and all that, and they have restocked on those things, and these were one of the stuff that when I was going through my beauty supply store I saw, and I was like very intrigued. It's the City Color Creamy Lip Stain. I saw approximately maybe about 8 colors. I can't see if there were more. I noticed with my beauty supply store that they don't always carry the full line. They more or less try to choose which ones I guess they think would sell for their market. So I don't know how many. I would link City Color site with their link so that you guys can see how much you can get it for online and their color range. And also check your local beauty supply store internationally. I'm sure that you may be able to find City Color, just because it's such an inexpensive brand. I can see this starting to give e.l.f. competition, e.l.f. Cosmetics competition, because their stuff is not expensive. It's quite inexpensive like e.l.f. And recently I noticed everybody's vamping up their packaging. However, I noticed with City Color though that a lot of times it's a bit too bulky, whereas e.l.f. generally goes to a cheaper packaging. Anyhow, it's not a comparison between the brands. I want to share with you whatever my experience was in using these products, and if you like to hear how these worked for me, please continue watching. So if you go with ounces, you get 0.15 ounces in the Maybelline lipstick, and in this lip stain you get 0.17, which is less than half of the Maybelline lipstick. However, this is much cheaper than the Maybelline lipstick, but I don't know, it's guess whatever your preference is. So this is called a creamy lip stain, and for me, starters, the packaging is a bit bulky. I don't fully like the packaging. I think it could have been in a slimmer tube. It didn't have to be this kind of bulky. It's kind of like, I won't say hard to store, but it's bulky to store in my collection. So I'm definitely going to try to use these up for space wise. If you are a beauty blogger like me, or just a makeup addict, you know you'll be buying stuff. This is does not work well with fitting in collection. It takes up a lot of space. It has this the sides are narrow and all of that, so that when you put it on, the base is the bulky part, and also the cap, so that it takes up a lot of space just standing up, or even if you put it to lie down. So I felt they could have been like one shape, or even square or rounded. I prefer, I think, rounded lipsticks. I don't know why I had to think about that, but I have a preference for round lipsticks, but square lipsticks actually do stack really well. But I think the packaging wise, they could have done better. The plastic that they do put over the container itself, I find is very tacky. It was placed very haphazard, and so even when you have the seal over it, the little plastic seal that comes over the product so that no one can swatch it, it is so hard for you to actually see, you know, the names of the product and the way and all that kind of stuff. The beautiful thing I forgot to say about City Color, and I have done a couple of reviews on them, and I've said it before and I'll say it again in this video, is that they're cruelty free, and I love that. Even the mineral products don't last 3 months or 6 months like a lot of other brands. They go until 12 months. So I kind of like that. And they of course use recyclable packaging. They're not really totally like bent on packaging. Some of their stuff do really have cute packaging, and I like that. And they have their stamp, their logo, saying what the brand is and what the product is. But in terms of ingredients and all of that, it's actually printed. The name is not at the bottom or on the top, which I kind of like to have, because I can, if I store it like this, I can see the name on top, or if I store it like this, I can see the name there. But I realized that if whatever, like the packaging is the color of the product, so that is good. So once you see it, you can identify the colors that are there. I ran from picking up any nude really because I know that I didn't need any more nudes, and I have, even though I use nudes for work, I generally for videos don't. So I picked up 4 colors. Tickle Pink Cosmo, which I actually had before, and my sister took from me, a friend of mine, because I was actually sick, couldn't really do much. She actually went out and got this for me because I loved the color. You know, it's a fuchsia pink, and so I got that back. And this one is Sweet Sangria, which is the red. Then we have Flirtini, which is like that rose mauve color, gorgeous, and I can wear that to work. And what I'm wearing on my lips is Blackberry Mojito. So I plan to do, I have on my vlog channel a bunch of swatches of like vampy fall trend lipsticks that you can get at Pennywise and Wonderful World, but I did that video before hauling all the City Colors products, so I may do an updated video on that channel, my vlog channel. Definitely check it out. But this is definitely a really trendy color, and one of my friends was asking me, is it very similar to the Revlon Matte Balm Stain? I think it's either in Sultry or one of those, that vampy purple. Is it very similar to, you know, any other purple that I own? So I will definitely check out and let you guys know. Alright, so this color is called Flirtini. It's that rose kind of pink color. So this is what it looks like. Swatch on my hand, it's this color here. It's very natural, everyday. I think if you're lighter skin tones, it's going to look so amazing on you. It is an opaque color, but it's very easy to apply. I think it was the easiest one out of all of them to apply, and you can, I recommend that you use a lip liner with all of these. However, this one you can get away without, really and truly without a lip liner. I love this. This is one of my favorites out of the 4 that I have. So the next color is Tickle Pink Cosmo, and this is what it looks like. Very bright fuchsia pink, and that's a swatch there. Now I like this color, but it was the hardest to work with. As I noticed it in the first one that I had, and even in the second one, it applies plushy, is not as opaque as all the others. And why I really do like it though, because, and I don't really like it, but I love the color, it's because it sits well on top of most of my pink lip liners that I use. So when I put a pink lip liner on and then put this over, it's really well, because it's creamy. It helps with my lip liner not drying out my lips, but it's on its own, it's a bit splotchy, and you have to try building it up. But because it's creamy, when you build it up, it tends to look very icky. So this one would definitely be worked best with a lip liner as against on its own. Alright, so this color is called Blackberry Mojito, which is your vampy purple color. And that's it swatched on my hand, and it is what I'm wearing on my lips. It is very opaque and applies really well. You want to not apply too much, be very light on your hand when you're applying it, because it is very pigmented. Alright, so next we have here Sweet Sangria, which is the red color. And it looks very dark and vampy. It applies really pretty dark and vampy, so it is like your nice holiday red, fall red, but I think this more is going to go into the winter kind of season. But it is so great for those of you like vampy reds, and this is going to be amazing. This is it swatched here, sorry, on my hand. It's pretty opaque. I did find it was a bit messy to apply though. That was my only thing, because it's this kind of really pungent color. You want to be so careful with using it, and I would definitely wear this with a lip liner. I did put it on kind of sheer one day, and it looks beautiful. So if you can share it out, it looks really beautiful. You don't have to use a lip liner. And I found with this color, along with this Tickle Pink Cosmo, oops, that I have to like take my finger and like smear it out for it to sit well. Otherwise it has this kind of patchy look. But this is not as patchy as the pink one, but you just really need to play around with it. I guess with a lot of reds, you do need to like maybe wear a pen, put one of those pencils that help with feathering and that kind of stuff, so that it just does not bleed on you and look all messy. Okay, so there you have the swatches of the 4 colors that I own with my experience using each product. I would not purchase more of these. They're not totally my favorite. I fell in love with the first 2 that I did purchase. I liked it, and so I did go and purchase more. This is my favorite color, and then I do like the purple. So for me, Flirtini and Blackberry Mojito are the 2 colors that I really like. However, I find that even though it says creamy lip stain, it does not really stain that well. You have to wear it for considerable hour, like maybe 3-4 hours for it to actually stain, but it just gives like a tinge of stain that regular pigmented lipsticks do, like local brands like Aristo or even like Maybelline Bright lipsticks. A lot of the Milani lipsticks, Jordana lipsticks, they stain too. So it gives you that same feel. It's quite creamy and slippy. It does not leave your lips dry, and it is amazing when it comes to, like, if it's not it's not as moisturizing as a lip gloss, but it's creamy, so it works really well in terms of moisture, keeping the lips moisturized. So it sits well on top of lip liners, and I love that about them. But in terms of like staining and movement, kind of you have to be very careful in applying. Some of them did go on my teeth, so you just want to be very light-handed when you're playing around with it, and then you'll have to use your fingers to like pat it in some cases. That I didn't like with it, so that is my drawback with it. It's for the price that it is, it's a pretty decent product, but I personally would not repurchase it. So for me, I give this about a 3.75 out of 5, just because bulky packaging. I think they did pretty okay with variety. However, I do think in any makeup line that you can try to expand and have some more variation. I don't like this slip, the too much slip it has. Some of it are like blotchy in application, and it does not dry at all. It slips and moves, so that if you do anything, it pretty much comes off. But what I have learned is that if you blot it, it actually takes out the creaminess and all of that, so it actually sits a little better. So for me, this is the better option in terms of when I apply it. I will blot it, kiss my hand, kiss something, and then whatever remains, like for this color and say the vampy color, put the purple, it has a better sit. So if you want to do techniques with brush, rice powder, or any powder, anything to mattify it, then you're gonna get a really good application. For me, I love the City Color matte lipsticks, so they do that same job that this does, and I also like my Me Now lipstick still. So overall, I think it was okay. If you want to try it out, I'm not going to say it's such a horrible product that you can't try out. Definitely maybe try 1 or 2 within your favorite color range and see how well it works. Hope that this little review was helpful and that you guys enjoyed it. Let me know if you have any other special requests that I must do for you guys. Thank you so much for watching. Thanks. Alright, so a quick update. I have on this lip stain, and this is the red, and I've eaten and it did stain. So this one, I think out of all the others that I have, actually did stain much better than all the others. I've tried all the others and they would eat and come off. So this red, to me now, I had to do an update. This red is absolutely amazing. It stains like no one, and I actually love the color that I get after it's stained. It takes away a little of the kind of blood color, so, and it sits really well, and I find it looks much more flattering now. So I absolutely love this, and so I will change my rating and say it's more like a 4, but at least this color is like a 4.5. But all in all, that's good. 4 out of 5. I love this color. This red is gonna be a color I'm going to be wearing over the vacation, so I like it. You do get a slip still, it comes off, but it did stain really well, and I actually really enjoy it.